Hello everybody, good evening and welcome to the PlayStation Access After Party. My name is Rob and we're joined today by Ash and Rosie.
I'm Rosie.
I'm Ash.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Hello.
This might be some people's first time coming to PlayStation Access.
Oh, well, they're in for some tomfoolery then.
Well, they know I'm Ash and this is Rosie.
Yeah.
Crying out loud. We've just watched the state of play.
Yes.
Yes.
And it sent us a bit silly.
Hello to everybody in the chat. I want to say a big hello and a big thank you to everyone who's staying up nice and late to watch this after party live stream.
Yeah.
After bedtime,
It's
after party.
after everybody's
Oh my God,
bedtime.
that's what's going on. Thank you.
It's after everybody's bedtime.
Yeah.
But you got to stay up to watch the games.
Yeah.
And I think we should start with the end.
The natural place to start.
Yes. Because I can't not talk about God of War Ragnarok.
Oh,
and
it looks
how
epic.
ridiculous-
Yeah.
It looks so epically good.
We've seen little teases up until now. But this showed some stuff that I think...
This showed some stuff. This showed some stuff.
This is I looked at this and I was like, okay, wow, this is... You can see the generational leap. Like, it was just little glimpses of things that just blow anything in the original God of War out of the water, just in terms of, like, the spectacle and the technology behind it. It looks very good, doesn't it?
What God of War has always been amazing at doing is recreating a sense of scale and making things feel massive and you feel small, even though Kratos is absolutely
a big God of War.
Like, he's built.
Yeah.
He is built. And then he's coming up against things that make him look puny and pathetic. And seeing that the scale has been increased again and again and again, as with like all the other games, things get bigger and bolder and he has to find his way around them and crawl up it and round it. And things kind of beat him up and show their strength as well. Like the two Valkyrie-looking creatures that come and get him in that spacey zone. Like there is
the whole background to that looked like ridiculous.
It looked
like,
crazy good.
I just like Kratos
where
in
are
space.
they?
Yeah,
like some kind of cosmic void in between.
I
the
hope
realms.
we go to the cosmic
Who knows?
void.
Kratos and boy in space.
Yeah,
The walking bow and arrow is also bigger, isn't he?
yes, and
Then-
deeper.
Walking bow and arrow.
Yeah. Have you not been watching the God of War replay series, Rosie? That's his name.
Is that his name?
That's what I
Okay,
call
I'm
him,
so
yeah, the walking
sorry.
bow and arrow. Atreus. To anyone who's joining PlayStation Access for the first time today, that's what I call him. But yeah, he's grown up.
Yeah.
Looks like he's leading the charge as well at the moment now. There was that whole segment where he was like, where Kratos was like, oh, you're leading the way, and Atreus was saying like, oh, but you don't trust it. I'm still following you. So it looks like he's being the little wolf leading the pack.
Yeah, I am excited to see kind of how he comes into it and comes into his own after the kind of things we find out in the first game, how that's going to get built upon and how you're going to work with that.
I'm still not finished God of War replay yet.
No,
That's
why I'm keeping
tell
it.
me.
I'm just keeping it nice.
I just saw, sorry to jump in, a comment from Dev, which is a username I really like. Welcome to the live stream,
Hello.
Dev, who just mentioned the shooting the moon
Yeah,
bit.
yeah. Oh my god! So there's so many like lore things in Norse mythology that like I want to talk about, but I don't know what's going to happen in the game or what it means or if these characters are who like they could be. But obviously you've got the giant wolf and you've got kind of like myths of Fenrir, and then the moon is kind of tied into that, as well as the kind of ancestry, let's say. So there's lots of interesting things that could be drawn from it.
Well, like isn't that one of the signs of Ragnarok, like the moon disappearing?
Maybe.
And the sun disappearing.
Yes.
It's one of the, one of the signs that Ragnarok is approaching.
Yeah, it's the change in the sky.
So it's just very cool seeing all that stuff. I really liked the mer creature that we saw.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
That was
cool.
very cool.
The big jelly as well.
The
like
big jellyfish.
jelly.
Massive jelly
Yeah,
was so
the
good.
big jellies were great. I
Big
love them.
jelly. Oh, all the monsters are so good. I just love a weird little freak in a game, and God of War has some such good ones, and
It
big
does.
ones as well. They're so good.
It really does. And I've just seen a comment as well from Boots TX and a couple of other people mentioning it, and we should mention it, the God of War Ragnarok limited edition DualSense wireless controller that was also
Yes.
revealed. I just want it.
It looks sleek. It
Yeah.
looks very
It's
just
really
Ooh,
just
smooth.
nice.
Yeah, like I'd have that and I'd be like,
Yeah.
this is my smooth
I
controller.
wouldn't want to play it. I'd want to present it.
Yeah, present it. It's
Yeah.
like, here's my beautiful, sleek, wolf-themed. You don't have to know it's God of War Ragnarok. It's just my cool controller. I know what it is. But, just the people walking in the house who might not play video games. I'm like, but just look at my cool-looking controller.
Oh my,
Yes.
what's this controller?
What's this controller?
So beautiful. So sleek.
So sleek.
That's what I would say if I walked in.
The sleek controller.
Well, I think we're going to have to play it. Sorry, someone, Nick WA says, Rob is my hero. Thank you, Nick. It's a lovely comment.
Don't encourage him.
Any more,
Don't your
encourage
little
him.
face.
any more nice comments about me, I will read them out. I'll stop
Oh,
everything
that's a
to read them
lovely
out.
comment,
Thank
though.
you, yeah. I would love to play God of War Ragnarok using the
Yeah.
God of War Ragnarok limited
I
edition.
would
Duals
love
as well as
to
controller.
play God of War Ragnarok as well.
I want
Otherwise,
to
you
pet
leave
the
it there.
wolves whilst, if we can pet the wolves, I'd love to do that whilst then also just tapping on the touchpad as with the two wolf symbols on them. So I'd be like
I want
petting
I
and
want
petting.
fur, haptic feedback.
I want fur.
I'm Rob Pierce
I want
and I
to
want
stroke
fur.
the controller and feel fur. That's what I want.
I think,
That would be great.
that could happen.
But they just look like so many cool set pieces.
So
as well.
I'm just watching
Like,
all these Rob comments rolling
Rob,
in.
please marry me, says Curry King
Pat
one.
Bloom 123 says Rob is also my hero.
Dave is my hero, says Domestic
Go,
Dave.
Yeah.
Dave!
Shout out Dave Nation.
Dave Nation, the boss.
There's so many. There's so many. Rib Ron Rob says Rob is no zeros.
I love how me and
He's
Rosie are here and
deficit.
it's all Rob and Dave.
it's Rob
is
and
what-
Dave.
Dave isn't even here.
It's fine, we know how he
David.
is.
Yeah, just forget we have feelings, guys. Just forget.
Dave's behind the scenes. So glad Rosie is here, says Taylor King.
There you go.
Aw, thank you.
I'm going
It's,
to go home.
Let's have a nice Ash comment. Ash is my hero, says Z.
Yay.
Thank you,
There we go.
Okay, I think this is enough ego stroking. We should
PlayStation
talk about some
Access
games
says
now.
banning Rob fans.
Nathan always says Adam Wilhelm.
But I think before we move on from God of War Ragnarok, right at the end of the trailer, just a little tease of the big fight
Yeah.
that everyone wants.
Oh, yes, when they
Yeah.
collided.
Kratos versus Thor.
Yes.
How epic is that going to be?
Very.
It was so
It's gonna
cool
be
ridiculous.
where the axe and the hammer froze, they just stopped each other in their tracks, and then it was just. I
Which
was
do you
like,
think is better? The Leviathan axe or Mjolnir? Is that it? Mjolnir, the hammer.
I mean, they're both
Who would win in a fight
They're both-
between the axe and the hammer?
both made by the dwarves, aren't they? So they're on even steading, even
Keel.
footing,
And even, yeah.
and even.
It is 11:45 now.
That's
They're
bedtime.
both the same.
Yeah, I think I remember them saying that anyway. I have no idea because one is oh my god, one we've had so many iterations of in so many other games and media, and the Leviathan axe
Yeah.
is its own powerful thing
Yes.
in this. So I don't know. This is why I'm interested to see what exactly will happen. I'm really excited to see this iteration of Thor, though. Thor's always been a really cool, mythological character. So to have God of War's version of him, I think will be really interesting
Very
and fun.
exciting.
Yeah.
I'm nearly finished the first game as well, so it feels like my levels of. I mean, you've both been excited for it fully the
Yeah.
whole time
Yeah.
because you finished it on time, like normal people, and
I think I finished it in 2020, I believe.
Still,
Yeah, I came to it a year later.
Still sooner than I have.
Just saying, there's any timeline.
Anytime.
Play it right now.
When
If you haven't played it, play it right now.
Now, every time I play it, I get a little bit more excited for Ragnarok. So I feel like I've still got a few hype levels to go.
That's like every time I play it, I'm excited for the end of the world. Is what you just said there.
Well, it's very exciting. I think we should move on though, because there were lots more games shown. Now let's go back to the very start.
I'm covering my shins.
Rosie's
the
excited.
first part of the Rosie corner of the show, ladies and gentlemen.
This is
the Rosie show now.
This is the Rosie show now, ladies and gentlemen, because when this was what a way to start the show.
It
fully,
was.
not even like, it was we had that little teaser of Kazuya with the eye, and fans were being like, oh my god, is it like a remaster maybe, or is it Tekken 8? Could it be Tekken 8? But we don't want to get our hypes too high up, like, our
hypes are high.
No, we don't want to get them too
Our
high
hypes
up.
are so high.
Oh, I'm
And then,
hyping.
like, just a way to start the showcase. Boom, you've got Jin Kazama and Kazuya Mishima like going at it. They have their devil forms coming out. You see some epic combos, some classic combos from both characters. The scenery was beautiful. Like, the little fighting arena was epic and brilliant. The tension was great, and I'm just so excited. And then, like, the way that the chain was what represented the 8 when Jin Kazama like got his like devil.
Oh my god, it did.
It was
That
his
was an
thing. He
8,
picked it up
wasn't
and then
it?
it's like-
Have you just got that now?
Yeah, I was
crying
going to say,
out
wow, I really liked the graphics when the chain like melted into Tekken 8, but it's because it was 2 links of a chain, wasn't it? Like an 8. Genuinely, I didn't notice that. I genuinely didn't get that.
I'm so happy that you've now realised this,
thank
right?
you.
It's mind blowing,
Do you know
right?
what my favourite bit of the trailer was?
What?
Was when the muscle just went.
Oh yeah, well, Kazuya's muscles.
I hope you can do that. I hope you can do that in the game. It's like that shot in Predator where
Oh my God,
Arnold Schwarzenegger and I've forgotten the name of the other character, which is terrible because I've not seen that movie. But the famous meme, the clasping hands, explosion of muscles shot. It was like that.
Oh, it's so good. But like, both of them.
Ow.
It's just
What
so
have you done?
far. I mean, I know this has only been like the first trailer, but it does look like Tekken 7 and then some right now. It's looking like, it looks
I mean,
like
that's
it's.
what I would hope. That's what I would hope for with Tekken 8.
But
Would be
Tekken
Tekken 7
and then some. But like Tekken 7 is really, really blooming good as well. So I'm just so excited to carry on with the story.
Carl Weathers, thank you, Carl Weathers.
Ah, there you go. Is that that's the character's
That's
name?
Arnie and Carl Weathers. The clapping
Dylan,
hand.
that was it. I could remember Dutch, but not
That's
Dylan.
it. That's it.
Dylan
and Dutch.
Thank you.
Oh, I still need to watch Prey.
Oh, it's really good.
Yeah, let's not get sidetracked
No,
talking
it's
about
really
movies.
good. But one more thing about Tekken 8.
Yes.
I'm very, very interested to see how the story will pan out, considering the ending of Tekken 7 as well.
Yeah, I agree.
And I really... I don't want to
Whose
spoil
turn
anything.
is it to throw who in a volcano?
This is I don't know if I don't want to spoil
Well, I
anything.
think,
But Tekken...
Tekken 7 had a big dramatic thing happened at the end. And the question is he, isn't he? He's going to be back, surely.
No, I don't think so. But that's also, I think, this trailer was just of now, like, Kazuya and Jin. And I personally, I'm just getting the vibes. I think that it's just going to be, like, them.
The next Tekken.
I think, like, not the next, it is the next Tekken.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be the two of them. In terms of the Mishima Kazuma bloodline and stuff like that. But I could be surprised. There could be an epic finale where something happens with the character whom I will not name for spoiler warnings. Yes, Ash, do you agree?
Yes.
Who do you think would win in a fight? Sorry, Ash.
The only thing I know a little bit about the Kazuma Shima and Jin
Kazuya Mishima and Jin
Kazuma.
Yeah, Kazuma.
Yeah, I know a bit about it because I wrote a Friday feature entry on their fighting and the lots of angriness between them, but I think it only went up to
great.
like Tekken 4.
was
So I know up to Tekken 4.
By the end of it, they're like strapping each other to rockets and firing each other into
Yeah.
space. It's amazing. Who do you think, Rosie, would win in a fight between Jin and Kazuya?
Well, this is the thing. So, I mean, personally, I've always been a Kazuya girl.
Right.
Because I grew up with Tekken 2. Tekken 2 was my first installment. So
Before Jin was even around.
Yeah,
he was
but
the main
so-
character. In Tekken 2. Yeah.
He was the main villain.
Yeah.
He wasn't.
Okay, he was the main villain. This Friday feature.
You were nearly there. You were nearly there. He was the main villain.
Yeah.
He was the main villain in Tekken 2, or your main, like your final stage. I mean, not the final stage, but for all his characters, the final stage. But I've always been a Kazuya girl, so I would be deep down. I love Jin. I love Jin very much, and I would be hoping that he wins. But I can't lie, my heart is like, Kazuya, go on,
Jeeves thinks Jin would win. Jin for the win.
Yeah, more likely is going to be that Jin will win, but I just have to say I grew up with Kazuya, so even though I'm like Jin will win, and I hope that he wins, I can't help but just be like, go on Kazuya, go on. I grew up with.
It's
you.
just going to be whoever you control is going to win, though, right?
But then who's that?
I tell you what.
What if you don't? Tekken 7 had the story. Tekken 7 had the story mode where you got given the set characters. So if it's following the story mode, then who knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
I tell you what. Whilst I've been glazing over during this, I've thought about a really cool and fun pun. So it's Tekken 8. Tekken 8. Am I right? That it 8. Like, you know.
Is that a saying? Can you
oh
say
my
something?
God.
8 something?
Yeah. Like it 8. Like it's like it. Like something like it does really well. It's like, oh my God, ate it up.
Oh, so you ate it. Okay, I know.
Yeah.
So
I Tekken 8. Tekken 8. Am I right?
It must
Tekken 8.
Must be something that the young people say.
ATE 8. Tekken 8.
Tekken 8 that up.
Should we move on? Should we move on?
Yeah.
To another game. Dave is in the back, and it's a shame he can't be out here to talk about this because he was doing some excited noises when Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge Enhanced Edition on PSVR 2
That looked awesome.
was shown, and it's just a very cool universe to be in VR.
Yeah, man. I want to see
it?
some aliens up in my face and like the Millennium Falcon.
I can't lie. There was a moment in the trailer where a character was just holding like a bunch of balls, and I was already thinking, I'm going to throw those at everyone if I can. I'm literally like in the Star Wars universe. I'm going to go and just annoy everyone because I love doing that in VR and seeing how they react.
All the things you could wish to do.
You know, you're in the Star Wars universe.
VR
And I saw
game.
a character holding these balls. I was just like,
You've chosen
violence.
Balls.
Yes.
Yeah.
It did look very cool, and we also saw a game called Demio. Also in development for PlayStation VR 2.
Yeah, man.
A really cool looking fantasy tabletop RPG type game where you're in the tabletop game.
I do really like, oh man, I love a tabletop game. I love a card-based deck game, like in real life. And then when they come to like actual like consoles, or they make versions within consoles, I'm always like, but I love the physical touch of cards. And then as soon as like a wizard does something that you actually see the spell, I'm like, oh my God, I understand why it's been done.
It's cool.
It looked neat, like all the different effects you could see.
I was sort of imagining what it would be like, because this is the thing with VR, right? You see a trailer for it, but you can't really ever appreciate what it's like until you get in the headset and you're in the game. And I was just thinking, this is going to look amazing when you're actually inside it. And I really like the combination of like card games and fancy bits of immersive technology. I don't know if either of you remember on PS3 a game called The Eye of Judgment, which was a card game where you had actual cards and you had like a little... It worked with the PlayStation camera at the time, and you had a real deck and you put the real cards down, and the camera would read the card and the monster would appear in the game.
That's cool.
And it was,
that's really cool.
It was amazing.
Aww.
And it just... The trailer for Demio just reminded me of those innocent times.
I have been absolutely bashing Inscription at the moment. That sort of card based, like, and little, oh my God, like anything that's kind of in that kind of physical crossover realm with games as well. I'm just hungry for it. So Demio's come at the right time for me. I'm give it to me. I want to see some tabletop action.
Lots of love for the Eye of Judgment in the comments. Dev08 likes the Eye of Oh my God, Eye of Judgment. I have it right here.
Woo!
All in caps.
I like to think that they're waving it around right now. However you're watching us, any form of screen, you're just like, I have it here.
I did love that game. Rosie.
Hello.
It's time for the next installment
Rosie's
of
Corner.
Rosie's Corner.
Is it time for stage 2 of Rosie's Corner?
When this game came on, I was bracing myself because I think Rosie realised what it was fairly soon.
Yeah.
And when Rosie realised what it was, I think we all realised what it was. And we were like, okay, hold on to something.
Yeah.
You didn't know what it was, but you knew that it was
coming.
kind of something
The
linked
action
to
is
it.
coming. So, like a dragon, Ishin.
I love how you've moved, like, swiftly glossed over Rosie's reaction.
Just
noise that she made.
Talk us through this, Rosie. What is it? Why is it exciting?
So, this is unbelievably exciting. Oh my god, I still can't get over that this is a thing. So, why is this such a big thing? So, in the sort of Yakuza universe, there was always a spin-off series which was only in Japan, and it was back on, I believe it was on the PS3 and the PS3 only. However, fans of the series have been like, there have been people trying to fan translate the game and doing all this stuff in order to, like, you know, try and learn more of the story and stuff like that, because it's only ever been in Japan. And everyone, so many people have been like, they want to play this game, they want to experience it and stuff like that. And
the power fists.
yes, because it hasn't been available apart from in Japan for so long, forever. So like it's always been like, for fans of the series, or just people who are curious about it in general, it's always been like, you know, like a slice of forbidden cake that you can't reach because it's on top of the fridge when you're a child or something. Like, you know, you want it so badly, but you can't because you can't reach it. I can't reach Japan and then say, hello, give me this video game, please.
Slice of forbidden cake in Japan.
Like,
can't reach it from here.
But
now the forbidden cake is coming.
It's coming, and I'm so unbelievably excited because I'm just so happy. It's such a fantastic move from Sega. Sega, thank you so much. Like, I feel like
yes, thank you, Sega.
I'm not
Sega, more like hell yeah. Sorry, I couldn't land that.
Oh my god.
It's bedtime soon. But
it's like, so, I mean, we own, back at my place, I have like the PS3 Japanese games, and I always look at the shelf and think, one day. And like the soundtrack's on Spotify, and I've listened to it and stuff like that, so it's always been something. But they're remaking it from the ground up. It looks phenomenal, and I mean, already I saw people in the chat earlier being like, wow, this game looks sick. I'm pretty blooming sure it is going to be sick, especially as well, the title with like a dragon. You know, Yakuza Like a Dragon being the 7th installment of the mainline series, and that was a phenomenal game, absolutely phenomenal game, and the fact that it kind of shares the title makes me think it's going to get the same, like, just the remake beautifulness, and they're going to give it, it's going to be fantastic, basically. Even you guys said that you thought it looked really cool.
Did I?
You did, yeah. It was either maybe Dave did, but someone watching it whilst I was calming down said that does look really good. I think
you just heard that. I think
Maybe
that
I
just like steamed in.
I noticed some I've only played Yakuza 4, but I noticed some characters from Yakuza that I recognised in there.
So they have
Majima with the eye patch.
Yeah,
Did I get that
Majima.
right?
Yeah, Majima's the one with the eye patch. So there are characters with similar likenesses. However, they're not the characters. I believe, I could be completely wrong on this, but I believe it's actually based on real people from back in the period, but they share the same likenesses as the characters in Yakuza, hence why, the main character looks like Kiryu, but it's not Kiryu, it's a completely different character.
Kiryu.
Yeah, Kiryu. Like, I could be wrong in
Ash
that.
is on fire tonight.
But I do believe it's this whole, so it's a spin-off in the Yakuza games universe. However, it's set way in the past, and it's its own story with new characters, but they just have the likenesses of the Yakuza series characters.
I am confused, but happy for you,
like
Rosie.
like American Horror Story when the same actors play different characters.
Like that.
A bit
like
like
an
that.
anthology.
A bit like that.
Yeah.
Well, that was the second game of Rosie's Corner.
Yes,
It's
that's
been a
Rosie's
very,
Corner's done now. I can go now.
Very good day for
See you all
Rosie.
later.
Tekken 8 and Like a Dragon Ishin. Next, we had a new trailer for Hogwarts Legacy. There's like a PlayStation exclusive quest, which why is it so scary?
Yes, because magic is scary. The inherent manipulation of, the time-space continuum where anything can change, be manipulated by anyone, especially human people or even magical people, which I know are a bit different to humans, but still, magical humans. They're going to make bad things happen. Also, it's a haunted house. Ghosts exist in the Harry Potter world.
Yeah, the Haunted Hogsmeade, I believe, is the name of the quest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
I'm
very
excited.
exciting.
The last thing we saw of it was the dark magic pack, wasn't it? Like
there's
They're
a
taking
lot-
the
there's a lot
edgy
of-
route at the
there's a lot
moment,
of
aren't they?
darkness in
Everything's
there.
yeah,
I like
everything's
it.
I just want to go.
'Tis the season.
I just want to go Wingardium Leviosa.
Why can't it be
on
follow the
things.
butterflies?
It's Wingardium Leviosa. Sorry.
You're right.
That's a
You're
little
right.
reference.
I am sorry.
But no, the haunted Hogsmeade.
The Shrieking Shack's in Hogsmeade, right?
No,
Yes.
no,
Yes.
no. It's on the way. It's outside the grounds.
On the outskirts.
Yeah, it's not in Hogsmeade though. But I'm excited that they're showing more of the darker side of magic. Like the Harry Potter films got darker and darker and darker, and we saw spookier things as it went on. And there is this really insidious underbelly to the magical world that kind of gets skated across sometimes. Like remember the centaur in, I think it's the Philosopher's Stone. Creepy. No, not centaur. Sorry,
The centaur?
The unicorn.
Oh yeah, the unicorn scene.
Unicorn
Oh,
moment.
yeah.
It's terrifying. And you just see the
teeth
the
in the
shadowy
mouth.
cloak
Yeah.
in the background going through the forest.
I did
I got
always
my
like how it
equine
just,
creatures
it
mixed
literally
up.
just like it went really quickly through the forest. I forgot about that scene.
So there's lots of like sprinkles of darkness, like Prisoner of Azkaban, with all of like the different bits of the Threstrals.
That's a very scary one. Prisoner of
Yeah,
Azkaban.
I like all of this sort of stuff's in there, and it's wrapped around this coming together with friendship story. But it feels like Legacy is going a bit deeper into the. Actually, if you mess around in this world, bad and dark things are out there, and you will find them, and it's going to be a little bit spooky.
Actually, if you are naughty, you will go down into the dark corners of the place.
Yeah,
You will be in the naughty rooms.
Unforgivable curses.
the unforgivable curses room.
I'm just having a look in the chat.
I saw
What-
that Chloe was in the chat. Hello,
Oh,
Chloe.
hi, Chloe. Hello, Chloe. Go to bed, Chloe. You need to be here bright and early tomorrow. What are people most looking forward to in the chat?
Oh, you just
Tell
went
us in the
silent
chat.
Then. I thought
Sorry,
there was
got-
going to
Chloe,
be
just
some
tell us in the
follow-ups.
chat. Well, there were other titles. What
They
other
were,
titles
but
were there?
I just want to get a sense of what people are excited about in the chat. But yes, we also had Pacific Drive, which looks very interesting.
Yes.
We were trying to guess what it was for ages.
It had a bit of Titan Chaser feel, which is where you drive around in a car, kind of looking for giant entities in this misty, very tranquil world. Whereas this one looked very like hardcore, like things were going on, like there was kind of weird weather and things on your windscreen. Like I'm very interested in seeing what it's about and what's in there and what weird things are going to happen. Like we just had this shot at the end of like a massive pillar of light, a kind of sort of broken earth.
Looks scary.
Yeah.
And also, what's the dippy bird? Just the noddy bird.
Oh, yeah, the little noddy bird that was
Noddy
always in the
bird
middle,
on
yeah.
just on the dashboard. I thought it was a nice little touch.
Lots of people are saying Ronin.
I was
going to
say,
Ronin,
that-
yes, so
that
we're going to get to Ronin. Ronin's coming up soon. But I would also like to talk. Well, there was a game called Sin Duality, which was mechs and anime, and just looked very cool.
Big robot
don't know
mechs. They
too
looked
much
really
about it
cool,
now.
and that combat looked very cool.
But yeah, sort of reminded me of games like Front Mission and Armored Core and that kind of thing. Games that I suck at traditionally, but always have designs on getting into and being good at them. So maybe this is the one for me. We then saw the game formerly known as Project Eve. Now we know it's called Stellar Blade. Which
I just liked that introduction. Just made me
and now the
And
game
now-
formerly known as Project Eve.
I thought that was on purpose.
It was.
Oh, okay.
It was on purpose. The action in this just looks very cool.
I was going to say, the action, I think that was like the big seller was just
Yeah.
those action pieces. It looks so like...
I'm getting definite Bayonetta vibes from it. Like just very over the top, very stylish looking action.
very like glistening as well, like, you know, from like the like
It was very glistening,
like, you know,
Rosie, yeah.
all the graphics were very like, you know, shiny and
yeah.
like, you know, even the electric combat, it was all very like, you know, reflective and very like
Yeah.
I like, you know, just the whole style of it.
Yeah, there
apart
were
from the
a
lovely
lot of reflective surfaces.
apart
in
from
game,
the
yes.
lovely the lovely gentleman who was telling us about the world, so that was kind of like given the more sort of dry atmosphere, and then after
The
that
matte.
everything was like metallic, and it just like I just looked at it and I was just like, wow, this is a very like glistening game. Like it just it just
Yeah, we all did. Yeah, we all thought that.
Yeah, we did. It
yeah,
looks,
but even
it
the
looks
combat,
very
like I said,
cool.
the sword was all shiny and like was like and and stuff like that. It was a very shiny game, like in general, but it looks really cool.
I agree, Rosie.
Your face is
the
telling
action
me.
does look very cool. Everyone is saying glistening, shiny, sparkly. in the
Yeah,
comments.
Adam Wellham says they'll put that on the box. Yeah, there you go. For you.
Yes.
Very glistening game.
Yes. Clobocop, Chloe, that's Chloe, says late after parties are the best. Why are you still up, Chloe? Go to bed. It's midnight. It's midnight now.
Is it?
Oh my god. No, we got 2 minutes.
It's a whole new day.
We're going to turn into what happens in the
Pumpkins. It's Cinderella.
We're going to turn into pumpkins in about 2 minutes.
Well, it's the carriage that turns into the pumpkins. We'll turn back into mice if we're carrying.
Yeah, if we're carrying the carriage.
Yeah.
Dave's Cinderella.
Yes,
Dave Cinderella.
definitely.
Lordy
But we should also talk. We're getting to the end now. There was a very exciting looking game announced towards the end, just before God of War Ragnarok came in and wowed us all. A new game from Team Ninja, a PS5 console exclusive coming in 2024, Rise of the Ronin.
Yes. Oh, this looks so cool.
I mean, it's, you know, we wait so long, don't we, for like, everyone's like, please, I want an amazing samurai game. Please, can I have an amazing samurai game? Ghost of Tsushima comes along. We've now recently had it announced that Assassin's Creed, there's a new Assassin's Creed coming set in that's going to allow you to live this shinobi fantasy. And now Rise of the Ronin.
More
Like,
samurai goodness.
It looks just amazing.
It
just
looked
really exciting.
Very slick.
Very slick.
Very slick.
There was a bit where he had like a flying contraption. And he
that
was
was
flying
very
about with the
cool.
wings.
That was
Yeah,
And
that was
underneath,
cool.
was like some beautiful looking water. It was at that point I was like, oh, yes, I'm in.
Just
The big thing that got me was
I'm
like the moment where he's on the roof and then he like pulls someone up and then just grabs their neck and then for those of you who are under 18, it's a bit sad, but he full on like grabs the neck and then goes like.
All the under 18s are in bed by now, Rosie.
They might have stayed up for the video games.
Maybe.
You have to be careful. You've got school tomorrow.
But this is-
potentially, maybe. But
We're well past the watershed. In fact, we're nearly before the watershed tomorrow.
That's true.
it is midnight.
It is midnight.
We've
It's
hit
now
midnight.
tomorrow.
That means we could talk about Stellar Blade and a shiny, shiny graphics.
But,
the combat.
let's move on. Rise of the Ronin. Rise of the Ronin looked very cool. And that, I think we've gone through all of the games that were featured in the State of Play. A lot of variety, a lot of very cool looking action, and a new DualSense wireless controller and God of War Ragnarok.
And Yakuza
And
Tekken
two
8.
very exciting games for Rosie especially.
Yes, this was your little showcase.
Oh,
This is
so
Rosie's
it's been a
day.
while since I've like punched my fists in the air, and on both games, I sat in a corner when we were watching it, and I literally like arms in the air, and I was feeling like and I had to apologise. I said, I'm really sorry. This is me when I'm watching a showcase at home, here, anywhere. I will fully scream from the top of my lungs, and that's what I did tonight. So thank you, Tekken 8, and Like a Dragon, Ishin. You made me very happy.
Jay Nope says it's only 7 o'clock in Jersey.
Might
That's
be
good to
bedtime.
know.
Well, good for
Good
you.
to know.
Could still be
Wait,
bedtime.
like the Channel Island.
New Jersey,
Oh,
Dave says, in my ear.
yeah.
The mysterious voice of Dave.
It did say just Jersey in the
I was
comments.
like, how far are the Channel Islands?
They're 7 hours ahead.
Oh, goodness gracious me.
Or 5 hours behind.
I don't
know
know.
which seven.
I don't know.
I don't know which 7 they're talking about. Sam Davison says, "Good night, folks. We're not gone yet. We're
Yeah.
still here. We have nothing else to talk about though,
No.
so it is time to wrap it up. I'm
Besides
just waiting.
Prey, which is great. The movie.
Yeah, I am going to watch that.
Yeah, you need to watch this.
I'm just waiting to see if anyone else in the comments has anything else they'd like to share. Anything else that was their particular highlight from the show. Rosie, if you had to pick one highlight, what would you pick?
Why do you start with me when I had 2?
You can only have one.
Okay.
You have to pick your favourite, Rosie.
Oh, okay, in terms of reveal, I'm going to say Like a Dragon Ishin, but that's only because we already were teased with Tekken 8, and I'm like, Yakuza Ishin's just come out of nowhere.
Okay.
So I'm going to say, and also, like, like I said, it was only in Japan, so I'm like, oh my god, they're bringing this up. So I'm going to say that, but followed very closely by Tekken 8.
My highlight of the show was the muscle shot in Tekken 8.
Just that the
To
whole
that bit,
show,
yeah.
the entire show.
Yes.
We've had all these wonderful
Yes.
games, and you're like, that muscle pop from Kazuya.
I hope it's a move you can do. I
Pop,
want
pop.
an actual button combination for that.
I want it to be a button mash, so you can see it just like you can make it pop, 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 make it bigger and bigger.
Like SpongeBob.
Kratos v Thor, says John Walker.
Is nobody going to ask me my highlight?
Yeah, what's your
What was
highlight?
your
Ash?
highlight, Ash?
God of War Ragnarok.
I think that's yeah. Well, wow. I can't really put into words how good that looked.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
it's
just-
Like
amazing.
I just want it now. I just want it.
Hearing
combat
hearing Tia's voice was my favourite. I just like Tia. I just like
Yeah,
it.
his voice was not what I was expecting.
No, it's
I was
not.
like expecting like a big, booming, rumbling
But
voice.
it's not. He's a gentle, soft
He
boy.
wasn't.
He
He
is.
had a very gentle, soft
God,
voice.
he's a video game
Well, I
boyfriend
think he's supposed to be
Is
like-
he already?
I think he is.
He's supposed to be, isn't he? Like a rare, nice god. He's just really nice. That's what I hear
I don't know.
about Tia.
I don't know
written on
anything
the
about
wall.
it.
They talk
Tia
about
rules.
They talk about
in
him
his own temple.
They talk about him in the first God of War,
Yeah.
and they say like he's a rare, benevolent god
Yeah, true.
who works for good.
You'd hope so.
I liked the bit where Kratos and Tyr like clasped hands, a bit like Dutch and Dylan. It was like, oh, it's like the God of Wars together.
Yeah.
Oh,
God
that's
of War
great.
buddies.
Yeah,
I was looking
It's-
more at the combat. The combat, looking at the little montage where you saw Kratos like fighting with his shield and the blades and the axe, everything. I was like,
the
oh,
Guardian
I wanna...
shield, the Chaos Blaze, and the Leviathan axe, please, Rosie.
Yeah.
No, I'm terribly sorry.
Thank you.
I'm terribly sorry. But they looked very, very cool, and I was like, yes, I want to go in there and bash some monsters' head in like
Yeah.
right now. Excited for the tough challenges ahead.
God, it looks really good, isn't it?
it's very good. I think we should all go to bed though.
Yes,
now,
please.
should all go to bed.
Yes, please, never been held captive. Yes, please, Rob.
Thank you very much, everyone, for staying up late or not so late if you're in a place in the world where it's not that late.
Like
If-
Jersey in the Channel
like
Islands.
Jersey in the Channel Islands, where apparently it's 7 at night or 7 in the morning. I don't know. If you're in the UK, thank you so much. Wherever you are in the world, thank you so much for joining us for the PlayStation Access After Party. I hope you enjoyed the State of Play. There were lots of very, very cool looking games. A nice variety, I thought, today.
Yeah.
We'll be back later in the week with more exciting stuff. There's lots to come. More God of War.
Yes.
Yeah, there is going to be. There's going to be more God of War.
I was thinking of our schedule then. It's all just like...
so please do stay tuned for all of that. But for now, it's goodbye from Ash and Rosie.
Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
I'm signing this off like Jeremy Paxman signs off University Challenge. And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.